Hello, my name is Wes Dawson. Welcome to my new channel. I'm not really sure what platform I'll be putting this on, so I'll try and remain as generic as possible. Follow, like, subscribe, or don't really. My lifelong obsession with Ghostbusters will continue long beyond this channel's existence. So anyway, welcome to my beautiful indoor workshop. I have a couple areas where I like to work. I made a video earlier today where I was painting a PKE meter. And I realized I filmed it all vertically, so it might not translate well to any social media platform or YouTube or anything. Anyway, I'll just give a quick little breakdown of the workshop, of what I have here, because you'll see me posting periodically. It feels weird as a grown adult posting like, hey, check out my cool toy I have, and putting that online, but here I am making a video to accompany it, so, you know, who gives a shit? Oh! Pardon my language, I'll have to make sure this is explicit. I do have a very bad habit of speaking like a sailor with absolutely zero, naval training whatsoever, so I'll try to keep a lid on that. The workshop itself, you can tell by my beautiful backdrop and the wonderful production value of this video. This is a top-notch, top-tier quality kind of show. We're not skimping on anything. This is actually my brother's former bedroom. He, had to run off and take care of his children, so he abandoned us and this building, or this home in this room. And being from Canada, working outside when it's like minus 30 degrees centigrade was a little hard on my dainty little office fingers, so I decided to build an indoor workspace. I also have an outdoor workspace, which is more for heavy cutting, if I'm cutting wood, working with metal, things like that. Or I have a derelict bedroom in another building, in fact, where I do most of my painting. Again, the cold weather or damp weather wasn't great for not trim clad, what's it called, Krylon painting, spray paint, so I ended up converting one bedroom into purely a spray paint room. It's do I wear the mask protection or I don't, and I have a hell of a weekend, one or the other. Alright, so anyway, this is the workshop. Eventually I'll take the camera off, do a couple point of views, I suppose, and then explain things a bit, what's going on. I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel, with this page. I know one thing, I am going to go through my journey of building my own custom Proton Pack, semi-custom. I bought a Spirit Halloween pack, and I'll be converting that. I've also pre-ordered the Hasbro HasLabs Spengler's Proton Pack, which I can't wait for that to arrive. A lot of people seem to be discussing the price point of this Proton Pack, and I'm like, if you know how much money I and many other fans have dumped into their Spirit packs or their other custom packs, eventually I want to 3D print a full pack. The HasLab pack is a hell of a bargain. What I've been putting into this thing is ridiculous. Bought a bunch of stuff off Etsy. There's some online controversy with a certain seller. I don't want to dive into that. No comment. So I've been waiting for some additions for this pack before I really can get into it. Basically, all I've done was my motherboard, put an Alice frame on it. I don't know where to start, where to go. I'm kind of erratic. Like I said, my journey is erratic, and so is this channel. So basically, I cut a half-inch MDF motherboard out of this thing. I just found the Spirit pack looks a little dainty on its own. No offense to anyone who's dainty. I'm just saying I want it to look a bit thicker. So what I did originally was I cut a quarter-inch plywood mold to get my sizing, as well as how I'm going to paint it. It's not necessarily going to be film accurate. It's more different layers of either truck bed liner, this metallic tinker paint I found that, I think I have an example of it. I don't know how well it will translate. I also have an electric guitar I've been tripping over, sitting on my floor. I haven't played in 3 years. I don't know if you can see in the video. Where's my camera? It actually creates that tinkered metal effect on the plastic, which I think is really great, except the 3D printed piece still has kind of like hexagonal shape or whatever shape to it. I'll fix that. Anyway, so I'll have 3 types of paint going on there. The flat matte black, that tinker metal stuff, and truck bed. And that's it. And then I did that into a quarter-inch MDF, which, not too impressive with that one there. Anyway, it's just good to have. Make sure not to botch anything I'm saying, because I don't feel like editing anything. So let's pretend I didn't say that. This was a little too thin, but I at least have some templates now if I want to cut extra backing or going to modify things. Figure it doesn't matter too much. Let's paint it. I am not going for full screen accurate, so I'm not too concerned if I'm missing this or that. Basically, all I've done for this so far was printed a couple extra pieces. I'm going to replace the booster tubes. Let me get these over here. Should have prepared this. Like I said, this is a very erratic, irregular, and poorly prepared everything. Wherever you're hearing about this, seeing this. Nice little clippered valve I printed, painted. Where's my camera? There we go. So, I don't know. I was going to cut out the one that's on the pack and replace it with this more to scale size one. I'm worried it looks a little too much like a 3D printed piece of PLA plastic. A nice little booster ladder edition. That's why, you know, Thingiverse is a great site. I'll put some links below. Little shock mount piece, beautiful prints, and of course these bad boys, which I'll when I do a point of view shot. Whoops. They kind of go over the Cyclotron. That one big issue with the Spirit of Halloween packs is that the Cyclotron itself is not all that big. So these printouts really help to fatten up the size of the Proton Pack. And one thing I was going to say, if you're getting into printing things, not printing, you're getting into building Proton Packs, Ghostbusting equipment, or any kind of hobby work like that, if you can see it back there, a 3D printer is worth every penny. And again, never mind the backdrop. I don't live like an uncivilized swine, okay? My brother, I don't know if he was into cooking and smoking hard rock candy when he was an adolescent, I don't know, but he didn't take very good care of his bedroom. Anyway, I think a 3D printer is a wonderful investment. Basically, this sells for 60-70 bucks on Etsy. Cost me about $3 in PLA plastic. So you add up, you know, if you really want to go into building stuff and doing all, I do more than just ghost busting stuff too, but I mean, it's quite useful for the ghost busting just in terms of what you save with your prints. Well worth it. All the extra pieces, like I said, eventually I want to print a full 3D pack, 1-for-1 scale. One thing I ordered off of, I'll put them in the description, maybe, was a light kit from some dude in Bulgaria. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'd give you props, but I don't remember. It's like, don't shop on Etsy at 1:30 in the morning lying on your bed sideways and be like, you know, I put it in my cart, figured, I didn't save my credit card information in my mobile anyway, so I won't be able to order off Etsy till tomorrow. I go on my laptop. Oh no, Google remembered. I ended up ordering my light kit. So I got a nice light kit to replace the Cyclotron lights and whatever the hell these are called. And as well, Ben of Kent kit I bought off Etsy as well. That'll replace my ribbon cable, put a new ion arm, all new stickers. The hell, I think I bought a full scale wand, which I realized probably wasn't the best idea. It's been like 10 months, and also could just bought another one of these for about the same price, and at least it comes with the sounds. That's the main thing. Is I'm pretty handy when it comes to building stuff, but I'm not so good with fine electronics. Those question of know-how, experience, and patience. I don't have any of them, so it doesn't help. Yeah, so that's it for the pack. I'm not going to go into huge detail. I'll make some videos on the pack itself, its own little journey, its own little phases, what I'm doing with it. But like I said, the 3D prints, the 3D prints are definitely something adds a lot of value to your pack. You know, here's a wonderful Batman bust that whichever friend I see next is going to get it as a gift. Think that it's a beautiful customized gift, and no, I'm just filling a shelf full of 3D printed junk and giving it out for Christmas presents. This I use more for a test object. I did a T800 bust skull wearing a burqa, apparently. I did supports, prints, and yeah, so we got one eye out. The other one's kind of hidden in the supports. But it worked out well to have this to test, to rip apart, paint, and do different things too. And that's about it. That's about it for this video. I don't know what else to yap about. That goes there. But yeah, so this is the workshop. Like I said, a lot of different stuff in here. The traps. I built the custom trap pedal, which I messed up the wiring on, so the only thing that works are the lights. This bad boy, at least, of course, there's no battery pack on it, so it doesn't quite look as impressive. You know, a couple bolts bought off Amazon, some paint and a bit of slime, and you know, these things turn into pretty decent looking little replica traps. I used to be able to only get the lights to work to confirm there's a ghost in there, and I can't seem to get the pedal to work again. So, you know, one day maybe I'll head on to YouTube, learn about wiring fine electronics, and we'll get that working. But for now, it sits on the table. It's a wonderful example of the 3D printing, which you'll see in the point of view print is plenty of Ghostbusters related stuff. Got some demon dogs, whatever you want really. But for my, as you can see, the Hasbro Plasma Series 1984 set, which I was lucky enough to find an Egon Spengler for $35 on Amazon.ca. Now, for anybody listening south of the border or anywhere outside of the Great White North, which I don't know if we're allowed to call it that anymore. It sounds almost like a racial slur. Anything and everything available in Canada is more expensive and there's less of it. First, I don't know for what reason. Generally, if you're in the States, there's going to be more of it. You'll have this in 6 different colors. Not this specifically. I understand it's like a series. I get that. But just the availability of things and the price point in Canada just really sucks. This I had seen on Amazon for a long time for $70, which, Egon, you've been my favorite Ghostbuster long before Afterlife kind of rebooted your popularity. But I'm not paying $70 for a $25 action figure, so I paid $35 instead. Happy with that. Basically, that was to say, with that 3D print kit, again on Thingiverse, they have these wonderful diorama sets. Whoa. Ghostbuster fans may recognize that. Step back. Anyway, so I printed a few of these, and eventually those figures will be displayed on a diorama, some kind of action sequence with, I believe I can print a giant melted Stay Puft head, put that on the back side of it. That'll be that. That'll be how, how I spent my summer vacation. Looney Tunes. Or Tiny Toons. What the hell was it? Tiny Toons. How I spent my summer vacation. Sidetrack. Maybe I have ADD. I don't know. I seem to get sidetracked quite a bit. That film, my favorite joke, and if anyone's ever seen Tiny Toons, How I Spent My Summer Vacation, was it the duck was riding with the Porky Pig family, and he wanted to roll down the windows, and the parents were like, well, you can't roll down the windows because people are going to think we're too cheap to run the AC. And then he's like, well, can we put on the AC? He's like, no, it wastes too much gas. So they just drove around in the car at 40 degrees. In hindsight, it wasn't that funny. Probably shouldn't have, recounted that story. Here we are again, not editing, so enjoy that. That's about all I got for you. So, hope you enjoyed the workshop. Like I said, a lot of work goes on in here. Coming into the summer months, I may be working more in the outdoor shop just because it's easily like 35 degrees in here right now. The magic of film, you can't really tell. I've been patting sweat off my face all morning just to prep for this. And that's it. So my name is Wes Dawson. This is Ghostbusting with Wes, or Ghostbusting Wes. Like I said, it's not quite as fleshed out as it should be before I'm filming this. But ultimately, follow me on Instagram, Ghostbustin without a G. Like at the end, obviously it's not host, it's ghostbustin.wes. If you found this video, then obviously you've found the YouTube page, so like and subscribe. Even if you don't, just do it for fun. Who cares? And eventually there'll be a Facebook page too, so they all kind of go together. Google knows what you're doing, so just let Google will lead the way. So that's it. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed the workshop. This bad boy, like I said, will be its own little adventure. I'm gonna take some time to prepare a video about the different stages. I probably should have filmed a bit as I built it, how I mounted my Alice frame and stuff like that. But I'll explain that at a later date. So there you go. Take care and keep feeling good and busting. That doesn't sound right either. Busting makes me feel good. No, just take care. See ya. Alright, we're back in the workshop. This time I'm filming in the proper direction. Did it vertically again. Doesn't help much. So over here, there we got Trish Stratus keeping us company. I have a second Alice frame I purchased to house my Hasbro HasLab Proton Pack that'll arrive eventually. Trish keeping an eye on this again. Some crummy amp I bought for 30 bucks. A guitar that has a better amp that I still haven't touched in a while. Podcasting equipment. Of course, an example of some beautiful 3D prints. There's this one I believe a cat knocked over, broke the end of the Proton Pack off of. We got Slimer, and we got the Terror Dogs. And like I said, anybody interested, I think getting a 3D printer would be a very wise investment if you have the funds. There's a lot of stuff. These Cyclotron bumper covers, this is one I test painted, sell for like $70. A spool of filament goes for about $30, so it's really worth it. It's an Ender 3 Pro V2. Sounds like I'm showing off, but I'm just trying to make sure people know what it is. Here we got Tools of the Trade, the Plasma series. It'll eventually go on to that beautiful diorama I'll be building. And a little bit of a workspace. Like I said, here's a ghost trap. Over here, we have a custom pedal that I had built. It originally was wired to work the actual pedal. It kind of did, not anymore. And yeah, so I got it all wired up, but I can't seem to get it to work now. So the trap itself is actually glued shut. And the only thing that functions is the lights here and the lights here, but they need new batteries. That's about it. So it's a Spengler wand that'll go to my Hasbro pack. And here's the Proton Pack itself. You know, like I said, I will provide more detailed videos specifically on the Proton Pack. A lot of the stuff I bought, I'm waiting for on Etsy, will be to replace the cosmetics on this before I paint it. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed that. All right. There you go, Hulk again. And who's that handsome man? All right.